your prospects and your clients don't really know anything to do with your modality. So you might say the word nervous system, you might say XYZ mechanism, and they don't understand it. And as a result, that's keeping you under 15K a month. So we talk to the problem, and then we explain what the problem and then we attract the avatar. Because my only worry about if we're saying like, hey, if you're at this specific level, you'll just get people who just, over their head. It feels like whoosh, over their head at that point. They don't really understand really like the value that you can drive for them. So we just got to keep it as natural as possible. And then the meat of the actual content then is going to be like the same thing, which is like your process overall. Because I was even recording ads for our workshop this morning. So we're running another workshop in 2 weeks. And one of the hooks I had was like, have you ever had a pie thrown in your face? And it's like, that's just not an ad hook, right? And then someone's like, wait, what? And it's like, that's what it feels like to be on a webinar and someone hits you with a 997 course at the end of it. And it's like, and as a result, I'm running a workshop, which is a paid workshop, where I'll teach you how to hit the leads that you currently have. So it's like abstract hook that's almost non-related, that's very organic, and then it showcases, like people who go on webinars, they usually get pitched on a webinar, and then the switch is, I'm not going to do any of those things. And then then the CTA is like, I'm not going to hit you in the face with a pie, and I'm going to give you everything for $37. So we're just trying to make things as natural as possible. It's tough, right? Like it is tough to do this, but I think, like I'm running, just for context, I know I'm kind of harping on, but we went from, and this was advised by other people, 90-second, 120-second, 150-second ads down to 15-second ads. So now I'll have an ad which is like, if you're sick of running ads, try hit the leads that you currently have. Join our reoffer workshop, it's $37. So we can almost make it as simple as that sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, because the problem I've had with running ads before, like, and this is what I was saying, Tommy, like, as you're explaining, is I was boosting organic stuff and it was bringing okay followers through, but I really wanted to, and I said to Tommy, like, if I'm spending money, I want it to be like, come check out my page. And I feel like that was the call to action that's missing, that's on my organic content that isn't really that. It just kind of says visit Instagram profile. So I think what you're saying is make it like I'm doing like an organic piece of content, but still with a call to action to come follow me.
The way you want to do it is like, the hook is natural, okay? The body is just the meat, just basically like your mechanism, basically in other words. And then the CTA can be an external clip that has like DM keyword, okay? Or check out my profile. And then you just basically sub in this little 10-second clip into every single reel, not every single reel, but the reels that you want here.
Oh, okay.
Do you get me? So what that means is you just record this part as an organic clip, and then you add this little clip at the end. Does it make sense? The idea here is you book calls with prospects and the prospects aren't closing. Here's the reason why they're not closing. So this is run as an organic piece of content. And then at the end, there's it cuts, and it says, I put together a full free guide on this, how you can drive more revenue, And I could always say, here I say comment the word reoffer, but I could equally just say, check out my profile. And I can sub that into like almost like every fourth or fifth clip. And then just record it as separate.
Okay.
And that just takes all the pressure off. Sorry, go ahead, Candace.
You could have that in your phone. So say if I'm doing like a clip in my car and I'm editing it in the edits app, I could just add that other clip in as well, even if I post it organically.
100%.
And that could be another, okay, yeah.
And then if it does well or even semi-well, you know then that you can run it as paid. And this is how you you decrease all the risk, right? Because now you have a validated piece of content that works well, and then you just turn it as paid.
Yeah.
And that's the best, that's actually quite literally the best way to run content, by the way, is just have things that are organic. And then the last thing I'll say on this as well is The reason why I like this structure, but you can just make it a bit more natural, is just the fact that there really only is two types of clips. There's one that's a story, where I'll share a narrative, which is like, okay, like getting your first client is really tough. The way that I went about doing this was spending with the first 4 hours a day on marketing and the next 4 hours a day on delivery. And that's like a story. Like I'll tell a story of how to get your first client. The other one then is pure authority, where I'm like, if you want to get your first client, here's how you set up your day. The first 4 hours is going to be marketing, the next 4 hours on delivery. So there's only two types. And then at the end, you can have the CTA to do whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah.
And they
and that
both.
can allow me to create a lot of ads as well down the track. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then and that's how a lot of these are ran as a result, So I have this in here as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I tried static ads back in the day that were like just follow, very direct response, but it was like follow my page. I got more followers doing that than just boosting my random content, which is why I wanted to do these properly and have it like as a call to action to come check out my page and follow.
I think keep it more natural like this, Like this is just a conversation with me and Ben, and he's like, yeah, we're just about to hit 100K a month, and then we run these as paid.